All right, everybody, question of the day. Do you have a healthy relationship with movement? What do you think? Be honest, check in with yourself, and let me know down in the comments below. Do you think right now, today, before you watch this video, that you have a pretty healthy relationship with movement? I would love to hear your take on it. So, hi everyone, Christine here, your mind and body empowerment coach. Thank you so much for joining. So, I wanted to talk about this today because, well, it's time we get a little bit more clear around movement and what it really and truly is intended for. So, well, let me just say this first. So, we have been super programmed and conditioned to only see movement in one way, okay? And when I say one way, I'm talking about the traditional ways of movement, like, going to the gym or going outside for a run or a walk. And while all of those are totally fine and great, there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. That's not exactly what I'm talking about in this instance, because at the very core, at the heart of the matter, movement is food for your cells, okay? Food, it's food, it's energy, it's life, it's love for your cells. We literally need to move our bodies to survive. That is how we've been built and designed, and that's something that will never ever change. Okay, that's never going to go away. If we think about our ancestors, okay, I'm going to bring it back a little bit here. Um, they weren't going to the gym, right? they weren't taking Zumba classes or CrossFit. They were waking up at the crack of dawn and they were fetching things and catching things and building things and working their ass off physically. Okay. But the point is they were constantly moving their bodies, but they weren't doing it in those traditional ways that we have grown to be accustomed to. Um, and yes, obviously times have changed and our environment has changed. And of course, we adapt to our environment. Um, our bodies still require movement. That is something that has not changed. Like I said, we literally need to move our bodies to survive because movement is food for our cells. So, what might that look like? How might that show up in today's world? Well, it might be literally sitting up from your chair after you've been sitting down for too long, or sitting up from your bed after you've been lying down for too long, or walking from one room to the other, or walking out to your mailbox, or walking into the store after you've parked your car, or not even any of that. It could be shifting positions in the seat that you're sitting in, or it could be, stretching your arms or stretching your legs or, rolling your ankles around or going like this with your wrist, stretching out your wrists, going like this, with your fingers. Okay, that's movement, right? Blinking, turning your head from left to right. All right. We literally need to do these things every single day. Yes, we do a lot of these unconsciously, but also consciously, because like I said, we need to survive. Okay. So the one thing I want to say to this is if you are somebody who really, struggles if you miss a traditional workout, I mean, like that 30+ minute workout that we all do or try to do 4 or 5 days a week or whatever it is. If you struggle, if you miss that, I want you to try this experiment. Just ask yourself at the end of the day, but did I move my body? Okay, in all the ways that I just mentioned, did I at least move my body? If the answer is yes, then great. You're doing amazing. That is self-love, that is self-care. Your body will thank you for it. You're doing so many wonderful things for your body just by moving it. By consciously remembering, "Oh yeah, I moved my body. It's okay that I didn't do that 30-minute workout because I moved my body." And that's really what is most important. Now, to that point, I understand that in our world that we live in, yes, of course, the traditional forms of exercise are important too, and we should all do those too. But the most important thing to remember with those are to find things that actually bring you joy, that you actually like to do, because this is why so many people do struggle with the traditional forms of exercise. Because they do things that they don't want to do, they do things that they feel they are forced to do. And so they develop a very hateful relationship with it, right? So here's a couple of things to think about. Do you work out or exercise solely to, say, burn calories or burn fat, build muscle or tone, or lose weight or maintain weight? Okay. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with, say, toning up, or, if you do work out and you lose some weight from it and that's what's right for you, great, awesome, cool. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that there is, but the problem lies in the obsession with it, in only relying on movement strictly for those reasons, strictly to change your physique in some way, shape, or form. Okay, that's where the problem comes in. That's where people typically develop some sort of disordered relationship with their body and with movement because of that obsession. And not just with, say, burning calories, but the obsession with having to look a certain way. Okay, so it's not helpful. It can be quite harmful. And it also is what most leads to injury and or burnout. Okay. Also to that, if you're using movement as a form of punishing yourself, like say you, I don't know, ate one of your fear foods the night before, like an ice cream sundae or something like that, something that you don't eat all the time, then you might think to yourself, well, I need to work out tomorrow because I just ate this thing. That would be working out as a form of punishment. Or maybe you use it to, what did I want to say? Oh, out of obligation, right? Because you feel forced to, okay? Because like I said, we've all been conditioned and believe, or conditioned to believe that exercise has to look a certain way. So then, if that person's doing it and that person's doing it, and my best friend's going to the gym 7 days a week, then I have to do it too. Even though I don't want to do it, I have to do it. So that would be out of obligation or feeling forced to do it. Okay. So all of these things again is coming from a place of fear. Okay. It's what's most likely going to lead to burnout or injury at some point in time. And it's obviously not bringing you any joy. Okay. It's not doing you any sort of service. It's actually doing you a major disservice. Okay. I cannot stress that enough. So what's most important is to find movements that bring you joy, and also to focus more on how do I feel in my body, not how do I look, how do I feel. That's what's most important. I know people don't want to hear it, but that's the truth of the matter, because once again, I'm going to say it, constantly obsessing over how you look is not what's going to bring you the ultimate joy, happiness, and fulfillment in the long term. I don't care what anybody says. It's not going to happen. It's never happened before, and it will never happen, because that's not where happiness lies. So always ask yourself, check in. Is doing this thing, like let's just say it's going for a run, does that bring me joy? If the answer is yes, awesome, do it. But listen to your body, okay? If the answer is no, great, then don't do it. Find something else. Experiment, explore, Google it, get some friends together to do fun things together, whatever it is. But you don't need to do something you don't want to do. It's not helpful in any way, shape, or form. Okay. So, if this is resonating with you, awesome. I have a free mindful movement checklist. If anybody's interested in getting a little bit more clarity around where they currently stand with movement, it's literally just a checklist for yourself. It's not something you have to give back to me. It's just a couple of questions that you can ask yourself and see, oh, yeah, I do that already. Or, oh, you know what? I could maybe improve a little bit in this area or change some things up. Maybe this isn't working for me. Whatever it is, if you want to get more clarity, definitely let me know. Comment me down in the comments below, and I will send you that free checklist. The last thing that I want to say that I didn't mention, because this is also very, very, very important. When you are actually paying attention to what you like, that is also building body trust. And building body trust is the most beautiful, important thing that you could possibly do in any aspect of your life, because it doesn't just help you when it comes to your body and working out and all that kind of stuff, but it's going to translate into other areas of your life. So really telling yourself and telling your body, hey, I deserve that time to check in and ask myself how I'm feeling. And I'm going to do things that feel nourishing for my body, for my soul, for my cells, for my mind, for my emotional body, whatever it is. Okay. That's awesome. You're telling your body that it deserves all of that love. Okay. So it's just going to help you build body trust over time, like I said, and that's going to also help you navigate this crazy wild world of movement. And you're really going to be able to decipher and discern what works best for me and what doesn't. And when I feel like resting, I'm going to rest. When I feel like moving, I'm going to move. And if I don't feel like doing those traditional forms of exercise, okay, great. I'm still going to move my body in other ways that I know are going to benefit me. So anyway, I could go on about this forever. So I'm going to leave you with that. I hope that you found this helpful. And again, if you would like that checklist, just comment me down in the comments below and I will send it your way. Hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye.